What up, what up, what up? It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. That's right. It's your boy, the Options Boss, sliding up on y'all. I hope all is good. I hope you guys had a great week this past week. And I hope you guys are ready to study so we can be prepared to have a great week again the week to come. That being said, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about last week and how to make sure that we are properly not overexposing our accounts and just a few things that we got to look forward to next week and the weeks to come. So you guys definitely want to check this out. That said, veterans of the channel, you already know how it go. Go down below, like the video, definitely drop a comment. Every time you do, your support helps my channel grow, and for that, guys, I appreciate you so much. Newbies to the channel, if you're interested in the stock market, if you're interested in learning about trading options and how to make money and navigate these daily Wall Street obstacles that be out there, I'm your man. I'm the Options Boss. I'm definitely going to give you the game. You want to go down below, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell, and every time I drop these Get Money Jewels, you'll get it first things first, right off the press, so we can put these game plans and strategies right into play the very next day, as soon as the market opens. Now, with that being said, guys, wow, what a week it was last week. And if you had a week like I had, you definitely needed a few minutes to decompress as the market closed on Friday. So we definitely did that. This week was a wild week. I always tell you guys about my group chat. For disclosure, I have a group chat where I give out my options plays, just to let you guys know what I'm doing. I make money. That means you make money if you follow the plays. If you're losing money, that means I'm losing money. And we don't like to lose money, so that's not something we're going to do in the group chat too often. It is a paid group chat. If you're interested in a group chat, go down below, drop a comment, let me know, and I can get you set up with that. But that being said, guys, it was a wild week last week. We had one of our best days ever in the group chat on Monday, if not our single best day ever. And Monday was just astronomical. It was just a perfect storm created by the beast that we refer to as mRNA. Moderna went crazy on Monday, and if you played that position properly on Monday, which I hope most in the group chat did, I tried to give as much guidance as I could, but if you played that position perfectly on Monday, you definitely made thousands of dollars on Monday. And that's not an exaggeration, that is a realistic thing. You made thousands of dollars. However, that being the case, as the saying goes, Moderna giveth and Moderna taketh away. So we definitely had some other positions on Moderna that took back a good bit of those thousands that we made.
Oh no.
But overall, it was definitely a week that we finished positive on. I think the group chat finished, the spreadsheet finished about $1,100 in the green, which is an all right week. We're not upset about that per se, but it definitely could have been better. We was definitely looking to be better, and we're definitely looking to be better next week. Now, that said, guys, one of the things that really would get you out of sorts, so to speak, is if we're playing a little bit too aggressively. Now, everybody that watched this channel has heard me refer to myself as a gunslinger, and I say that with affinity for gunslingers. And the guys in the group chat, they know me as a gunslinger. I'm an aggressive guy when the time calls for me to be aggressive. So at any given moment, I will have several contracts, large size contracts of a different company or companies that we're trading. However, everyone has to run their own race. And when I say that, what I mean is, if my portfolio is, let's just say 2 times your size or 3 times or even more your size, whatever, you may not be able to get as many contracts as I get. And that's fine. That does not mean to try to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, or in this case, the bosses. That doesn't mean that. That means run your race. And to the people who have ever taken my options class, you guys have heard me talk about that before. Be content running your own race. And that may mean that if I got 3 contracts here, maybe you want 1 contract here. Or if the position is too heavy for you, where you're not comfortable with it, maybe you just want to sit that one out altogether. And there's nothing wrong with none of that. That's all a part of the process. I wasn't able to start trading and just the very first day I traded, I was a gunslinger or grabbing these, multiple contracts, etc. There was a process to get to that point. And I just want to make sure that we're aware of that That, you don't just wake up one day, and even if you're with the options boss, you don't just wake up one day and automatically you have the wherewithal to necessarily just go balls to the wall on a certain position. You got to kind of accept that the process needs to take place. We can't skip the process. Only way you can skip the process is if you are coming into the game wealthy. Now, if you're coming into the game wealthy, yeah, it's nothing to do what I do or even more. There's some few people in my group, they get even more contracts than I get, and they're probably in a better position than me, and that's great for them. Love those guys. They know who they are. But it's a due process to get to the point of where you start at to where you are currently. So for me, my due process took 6, 7, 8 months. Well, we'll say 6 months. It took 5, 6 months. I started out trading, and when I started out trading, my account was, a triple digit account. And I mean, in the very beginning, because it actually started even less than that, but it was a triple digit account. And then it grew to, 4 digits, 5 digits, so forth, so forth. But it doesn't start that way. So because it doesn't start that way, I wasn't able to just load up on several contracts at a time. I had to, like I said, run my race. I seen other people, you guys that know me, I have a pretty heavy social media following. I like Facebook. I'm a Facebook junkie. What can I say? But that being the case, I'll be on any given stock group at any given day, and I'll see somebody or some people with these large positions when I started trading, and I will look and be like, wow, they had, took a lot of money to get that win, and I will aspire to be that. But I knew that I had to sort of go through my process. I wasn't where they were financially, so I had to get some wins and accumulate those wins to get me there. So that's what I did, and that's what I want you guys to understand that you have to do. And when you get those wins, it's good to sort of pace yourself a bit so you don't give it back. So what I mean is, this past week, Monday was a great day. Like I said, it was probably the single best day in group history if I look back on every single day. And we made so much money on Monday that what happened is we lost money the rest of the week, and it didn't matter because I didn't give it back. I didn't give back all of Monday's gains. So that's one thing I want you guys to understand. If you make, $500, $600, make sure you don't give back $500, $600. Now, play options with a little bit less than that. Play options with $300. Play options with $400. If you make $1,000, don't give back $1,000. Play options with $600, $700. And this way, at the end of the week, you know that you done built yourself up enough cushion that you're going to be green no matter what happens. And that's essentially what happened with us in the chat. That's what happened with the spreadsheet in the chat. Let me specify, because the chat has become to the point where it's so many people that it's really hard to navigate who's doing what particular trade and who has what size account and who's doing extra trades and who's getting extra contracts and who's getting less contracts. So the numbers vary. There was a post made in my group this morning, and I didn't touch it, I just observed it a bit, where it asked people were they red or green. And you had, this guy was red, this guy was green, this lady was red, this lady was green, this lady made 500, this lady lost 500, this guy made 1,000, this guy lost 1,000. And it's all in the same chat, and it's all with the same plays, and it's all with the same lessons, because I tell everybody the same things. So it's just a matter of who gets in what play and who applies what lessons that they know. Now, some of my traders are, skilled traders, and they don't really necessarily need me for advice. And, kudos to those people. But then there are some traders who are still learning the game, and they will tend to lean on me for advice, and I try to advise them the best way that I can, based off the same information that I try to apply myself. And then from there, it becomes a matter of accepting a lesson and applying a lesson, and repetitively applying a lesson, because there's no one lesson that I could give or anybody else could give that will work 100% of the time. There's nothing in the market that will work 100% of the time. So that's where it comes to, once you get your lesson, to sort of believe in it enough to trust it when it's wrong, and to understand that it's going to lead you to the water, so to speak, more times than not when it's right. So when you get to that point, then you'll start to see more consistency where everybody wins and losses will look sort of similar. Everybody, will portfolios will kind of grow or decrease in a rare week around the same ratio. But when you see the different, numbers, then it's because different people are doing different things. So it may work out for person A and may not work out for person B, and that's how that goes. And that's what the bigger the groups get, the more there's going to be a variation, because not everyone is going to trust the process per se, and then there is going to be some that do trust the process per se. So that's kind of how that goes. Last week was very tight. Like when I say tight, I mean SPY didn't move much, the Dow didn't move much, DIA didn't move much, QQQ didn't move much, and IWM didn't move much. So when you got all four of those trading in a tight circle, it's definitely going to be a tight week. And the truth of the matter is, if it wasn't for mRNA, I'm sure we would have been red last week. But mRNA bailed us out. I'm thankful for mRNA for that. Next week, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something very similar, where it's another tight week. And you got to find that stock, whatever stock that may be. Could be, one of the vaccine plays. It could be, something UPST. It could be, any other, stock that you want to name, that when you find it and you find it running, you got to know what to do with the runner. And I always tell you guys what to do with the runner. I've talked about it in my classes, and I talk about it daily in my options group. And if you find it, it'll carry you. So hopefully, in a tight week like I think next week will be, it'll be a runner or two somewhere that we can find and capitalize on. That said, one thing to look for a potential runner could possibly be those Bitcoin plays, those Bitcoin sympathy plays. And if you guys have not seen a video where I talk about the Bitcoin sympathy plays, you definitely want to check it out. I'll link it right up top. But those things could be running. Bitcoin had a big move up Friday after hours. It's since pulled back a little bit, but not much. And I'm not sure that Bitcoin won't continue to go higher. And it could be that, Riot, Mara, those type plays, even coin itself, could have a good week. So those are things that you definitely want to look at. I'm not telling nobody to buy calls on anything. I'm just telling you guys that you might want to check it out and just monitor the coins and how crypto is doing, because it definitely affects the stock market with certain tickers, and it'll give you a heads up on how those tickers could potentially do. So it's definitely something worth looking into. But I definitely want you guys to keep your eyes on crypto. Keep your eyes on those stocks that are affected by crypto. You got to keep your eyes on the vaccine stuff every day, because it's vaccine news, big and small and bigger and smaller coming out every single day. So with that stuff coming out like that, you got to make sure that you are on it, because you might need calls on any given day. You might need puts on any given day. But it's a lot of volatility in the vaccine plays. And right now, with the way that it's moving, it takes patience to play those plays, because you'll see a play go down 200-300, and then you'll see the play an hour later being up 300-400, or you'll see the play being up 300-400, and an hour later they're down 400-500. It's a lot of volatility in the vaccine stuff right now. So we definitely need to keep our eyes on that and be able to handle the vaccine volatility. Or if we can't handle it, we got to know what's our limit. Everybody has a different limit based off of their current lifestyle, based off of their size of their portfolio, etc. So you have to know what your limit is, and once you know what your limit is, you got to play within that limit. And if you do that, I have a reason to believe you'll be successful, because that's what success is built upon. I talked to a gentleman who mentioned that I have this thing called the 1K group, and he said he likes to get in the 1K plays, but every once in a while he'll get in a bigger play, and that last week it bit him. And the same gentleman I talked to earlier in the week, and he mentioned that to me, and I told him, I said, please stick with the 1K plays. And if you stick with the 1K plays, you'll find yourself not taking the aggressive losses that we may take on a bigger play, because it's not usually not as aggressive of a premium. Sometimes it may be, but usually it's not. And this way, when you stick with those plays, the losses won't be as negative for you, and the losses will be something that you can easily recover from. So I say that to say that if you have the discipline and you stick with what we're supposed to stick with, 9 times out of 10 we'll come out on the right side. A lot of trading is about discipline, guys, and it doesn't sound fun. It's not the sexy thing to say. You know, I want to get on a video, and you guys would like me to get on a video and tell you how you're going to make $1 million in 26 minutes. And trust me, I wish I could tell you that, but it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes it's about discipline. Sometimes it's about the grind, and it's about trusting the process. So with that being said, Philly boy that I am, you know, I'm going to trust the process every day, all day. But it's definitely the grind. The grind is something that we cannot forget about. It's definitely a process. You know, you don't just get in and get rich. You get in and you try to accumulate information and make yourself better daily. And eventually you will notice a change in your account. And those are things that we look for. We all look for a change in our account, and I should specify a positive change in our account, because those negative changes in our accounts is not what we look for. But you know, that's how I go, guys. I definitely want y'all to be ready next week. I definitely want y'all to study something. I got videos about charting. I got videos about support and resistance. I got videos about, you know, technical analysis. I got videos about buying calls and puts and Greeks and all types of good stuff, guys. It's lots of information. So definitely check out a playlist, get yourself informed, and make yourself better from there. Guys, you can always be a boss with the options boss. I'm a holler when I holler.